Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. To those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Varsami and I'm a Shamanic astrologer. Today I will be sharing with you astrological information about the upcoming full moon that is happening in the energy of Aries on the 29th of September at 11:57 a.m. Central European time. That will be Berlin time. And for you guys that are in the States, it's happening also on the 29th of September at 5:57 a.m. New York time. So this is a full moon that is going to be unforgettable one. you will not forget this full moon easy. And this full moon is very much connected with the energy that opened with the full moon in Capricorn on the 3rd of July. So I want you to reflect and go back and see what was happening in your life around the powerful full moon in Capricorn on the 3rd of July. You can look at 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after approximately, and see what was happening, what was opening for you, what you were releasing, what you were healing in this time, or what kind of insights came to your life. Because this full moon is the continuation of the energy that entered to Earth at that time. So before I continue, if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe so you can support my work and the channel. Thank you in advance for doing this. So as I said, this full moon on in the beginning of July opened a new door, opened a new things for us, and the whole time until now we were being processing a lot of these things. So this full moon is happening in the energy of Aries. What is the archetype of Aries? The archetype of Aries is the archetype of the warrior, on the one that I can visualize like holding like something on the hand, and there is ready to fight for the beliefs or what wants to achieve, right? This is the warrior. It's the first sign of the zodiac. Also is the sign that is the most self-aware. Aries energy is connected with independence, with taking initiative, with having our own self-direction, of being like courageous, brave. Also is very much connected with passion, with adventure, with achieving, with taking action. Is ruled by Mars. When I go for it. And this full moon, it's all about what is your own way of living your life. And let me say this again, because this is a very big one. What is your way of living your life? This is like, it's bringing a lot of for you, a lot of things to see, like, what am I doing with my life? Am I doing what everybody else is doing? Am I following the path of other people? Or am I actually following my own path that comes from my heart? And I heard a lot of people say, I used to say this before as well, when I was very young. I used to say oh, I'm going with the flow, I'm going there, let's see what's happening. And of course, then I realized that the flow is not external, the flow comes from within us, from our hearts. And if we keep following the flow of the outside world, we're gonna most probably following what other people are doing, because the flow, one person will tell you this, the other person will tell you this, and it's gonna take you somewhere. But what you wanna do with your life, what is your way? How do you want to live your life? This full moon brings this energy. You have to take the initiative, and you have to really have your own direction. Aries wants to have its own direction. It's not really influenced by others. It's really knows what to do and how to get it. So this is a time you might feel like you really, enough is enough. I have to take action. I have to take this step. I have to go there, get that. This is the energy. It's like fire energy. And also the big question you should be asking yourself under this full moon is, what is my own way? What is my own way of living my life? And I know a lot of people, I consider myself also a very free person and having a very alternative lifestyle. But still, even this, and especially when it comes to all this new age spirituality, all this hippie stuff, also we can find ourselves even having this alternative lifestyle, being in a box still. So the other question is going deeper, is this actually coming from me, this kind of way of living? Is it coming from, again, from social media, from what other people are doing, etc.? So this is also the questions to always reflect, this is mine or not? And this full moon is going to help us to go really, really deep into this rabbit hole and see the root of all of this. So now let's study the ruler of this full moon. So the ruler of Aries is Mars, and Mars is the masculine, how we embody our masculine, how we take action, how we materialize, how we manifest into our physical reality. And Mars is in the energy of Libra, and Libra is ruled by Venus, which is the feminine. And Mars is calling us to take action with this full moon, and after all this release and like breakthrough that is going to happen, but also with balance, with seeing, like using the scale. So whatever action you might feel to go, you have to scale it. You have to see, this is good, this is bad, let's see where is there. And it's a lot about the harmony and the balance and all of this. So now another very important thing we have under this full moon, actually this full moon, the moon does only an opposition with the sun. That is actually every time we have a full moon, the sun and the moon are in opposition, but doesn't do any other important aspects with other planets. But I guess is not needed for this full moon, because already we have very strong alignments from other planets. So Venus, which is in Leo, does a square with Uranus. And this is actually a very, very important aspect to study. Venus in Uranus, the goddess is coming back. The goddess is, I'm wearing also like Isis today, a necklace of Isis. I'm like, oh, I have to wear it for this video. Like, it's like, I'm going to talk about the goddess energy, and doesn't matter if you are a woman or a man, because we all have the feminine and the masculine energy in us. We all have the goddess in us. So the goddess is waking up and is coming back, and he's not happy with what we're doing on Earth. It's like, this is not the way. It's like, what are you going to do? Like in the end, are you going to eat money, or are you going to eat what is rising from the Earth? So Venus is very much connected with the finances, financial system. It's very much connected with love relationships. It's connected with our values, with our self-worth. It's all about arts, beauty, pleasure, enjoyment of life. And squaring Uranus, which is the planet of awakening, of sudden changes, and also of how we are fighting freedom. So this is a very strong alignment. And first of all, is pushing us to see inside of us how we are, how we are limiting ourselves, and related to themes of Venus. And Uranus is there, like bringing all these insights, all these awakenings, and of course, this is a big calling for change. When it comes to studying more of the collective energy of the planet, the question that was coming a lot when I was meditating on this full moon, and the energy was like, how are we actually treating our mother? How are we treating Earth? And we are so focused on making money and money, and what is going to happen one day if the Earth is dry and we have nothing to eat? Are we going to eat the money, right? So that was the thing, was coming very strong. And also I feel it's going to be a big shift in the financial system. I don't know if we're going to be able to see, because I mean, on the news, on the TV, on the social media, they show us whatever they want us to see. It's not the truth, and never they will show us the truth. So even maybe it's already a change happening, but we're not aware of it because we're not inside the system to know. But this is an alignment that guarantees a breaking point for the financial system, and of course a breaking point to the way that we are actually treating the Earth. It's a lot about the Earth, how we're treating it. So yeah, I'm curious about that. And also when it comes to our personal life, this can be a point where relationships that are not, let's say, working for the highest good of the person, or of one of the people in the relationship, can literally break, because it's really strong. A lot of insights can come also when it comes to our little personal, little bubble life. A lot of things with finances, we can go to a break free point from this, like having some really deep realizations. And also when it comes to our self-worth, really this alignment helps us to really value ourselves, go back to ourselves and see, how much do I value myself? I'm waiting for other people to value me, for my partner, for my friends, but do I really value myself, right? It's like, it has to happen from me first. A lot of things like that. Also, of course, enjoying life, questions like, actually, how I'm here with, am I enjoying life, or I'm just working, making videos, or like, what else am I doing, right? For example, I'm saying this for fun. Now, a few more things I want to say to you. I want to tell you about Mars. And Mars is the ruler of this full moon, so it's also very masculine full moon, and it's like the warrior energy there. In ancient Greece, Mars is the war god, so it's like very intense energy. And Mars does actually an opposition with Chiron, which is the wounded healer, and does an opposition with the North Node, which is the karmic destiny, and does a square with Pluto, which talks about transformation and death and rebirth process. And all of these aspects are really harsh, are really intense. So this full moon is a breaking through point, like something in us, because all starts with us, something in us will just crack, and this will lead us to a liberation, to a higher state of of consciousness, of understanding. The energy is very high right now. If I put it on this way, the energy is really, really high, and whatever kind of like little blockages, I always see blockages in us as squares, they break with this energy, they cannot hold anymore. But of course, this is like also triggers a lot of things there, like a lot of, these are difficult aspects, so with a lot of triggers, but it has to happen, it has to trigger to come out and to release, right? So this is a very powerful full moon, as you see, and yeah, I really wish you to take full advantage of it, meditate on this energy, and see actually, are you living your life on your own way, or are you actually doing what they told you? Or let's say, oh, you're good at this, just okay, I'm going to follow that. Or reflect on this question, and how would, if I would be the leader of my life, how I would like to live my life, and what is the next step towards that with Mars there. And of course, a lot of reflection towards the Earth with Venus, and also how much we are valuing ourselves. And of course, then it goes to finances, our finances, and also with love relationships. So I hope you enjoy the video. Yes, if you want to work one-to-one with me, I offer a variety of sessions of astrology readings that can support you on your path. I put the links on the description, you can have a look. And other than that, I will see you very soon on my next video. Bye for now.